I see a lot of people out on the airsofting field who are either super into Milsim or super into Speedsoft, whether it be cry or die, I guess. I see a lot of people out there who don't even think about trying the other side of the hobby because, oh, Speedsofters don't call their hits or Milsim guys take it too seriously, whatever your excuse is. However, I think that it can be a great learning experience to try something different in Airsoft. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys as someone who enjoys Milsim. I want to talk to you about how Speedsoft made me a better player for Milsim events. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane, and welcome back to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsofting field through educational content, and if you enjoy videos like these, would love it if you joined our community, button that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it for updates when I post brand new videos just like this one every Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, I said it, playing Speedsoft made me a better player when it comes to Milsim events, and I think that's for a variety of reasons. However, the first one I want to talk about, which may be kind of a surprise to some of you who are super into Milsim, I think it made me significantly better at small unit tactics and communication. Considering that Speedsoft matches are typically with a smaller group of people, it makes you rely on them more, and especially because, in my opinion, it's more fast-paced than most Milsim events, you really need to be communicating and working together with the people that you're playing with to work effectively. Most of the games that I've been going to at more Speedsoft style of fields, I have less than 10 people on my team. So being able to communicate what we're going to do, what our plan is going to be, is crucial to winning the game, whatever it may be. And I think that that translates perfectly over into Milsim, because let's be honest, most people at a Milsim event aren't going to be leading at the platoon level. Most people, if you're in a leadership position, you're going to be commanding, guess what, under 10 people. So I have found it to be a great way to really, catch up on that. As someone who wants to improve their leadership skills and capabilities, it is just overall, in my opinion, made me better. Now, talking about actual, tactics, I think it's made me a much more aggressive player because you have to be a much more aggressive player in Speedsoft. At the field that I play at, there is a huge rush at the beginning of the game to capture as much territory as you can on the field. If you don't get to at least that halfway point before your enemy does, you're going to lose that round and you're not going to have a good time. So I feel like it's made me a much more aggressive player. I've always kind of felt that I was someone who was a little bit too timid on the airsofting field, and playing Speedsoft really increased that. I found myself at the last Milsim event I went to, Desert Fox events, leading charges, going on death runs, whatever it may be. And it made me realize that, hey, you respawn at these games. It's not like you just paid $150 to die once to some kid with a Springer, and now you're out for the rest of the game. You respawn, and it's okay to die. And I feel like Speedsoft kind of brought me into that mentality because at the last Desert, like I said, the last event I was at, Desert Fox events, there was an objective that we just could not take. It was a bridge, there was a bunch of people dug in under it, and, everyone just wanted to sit back and try to plink at those people from 100 feet away. However, our RTO was like, hey, guys, why don't we just, throw frags, throw all the tags we have at them, and charge right on in? And that is what I find to be the most enjoyable part of Airsoft now, is those really aggressive pushes and rushes as a team and working together and seeing how your violence of action can, hey, win you some games. So it's definitely made me better with violence of action. I definitely find myself to be less of a timid player. And overall, I think that has just overall increased the capabilities that I have on the airsofting field. Now moving on, because I feel like Milsim players are more closely attached to their gear and they care more about it, that's just my personal opinion, I feel like playing Speedsoft has made me much more streamlined in my kit and made me more efficient. It might be weird to believe this if you've been following the channel for a while. I used to be a plate carrier guy. It used to be the only thing that I wore, and I hated chest rigs. However, then I started playing at games where movement speed matters, and again I stopped being less of a timid player, and I slowly saw myself making my kit more efficient, and not focusing so much on realism while I still enjoy good high quality gear. I was focusing on what works for Airsoft. What the military uses might not work for playing BB Wars, especially when our engagement distances are like the 10th of what an actual rifle shoots out to. It really makes you think about what you need and what you truthfully don't need. So like, to put this in perspective, I love my Spirit Systems chest rig, this tiny little thing. This is my favorite piece of load-bearing equipment I have ever owned, and I've been playing this game for 9-10 years now at this point. The first time I saw one of these was back when I was a little bit more into Milsim. I thought it was stupid. I was like, well, why would you only want to have 3 mags? Why would you want something so small? Where are you going to hold smoke grenades or frag grenades? Or what about, general purpose space or whatever it may be? I just thought that it was dumb that they created something so small. And then I tried it. And I love this thing. I adore this chest rig, which is making it hard for me to do a review because I can't find anything bad to say about it. I absolutely love the Spirit of Systems chest rig, and I kind of fell in love with it because of the environments that I was put into. And truthfully now, going to Milsim events, if I bring anything more than my Spiritus rig, I feel like I'm weighing myself down. It's the oddest thing. Like before the last event I went to, again, Desert Fox events, I was like having this like really existential crisis of, do I bring my Mayflower chest rig or do I bring my Spiritus Systems chest rig? And truthfully, I wish I brought my Spiritus chest rig to that game because I just love it so much. I love that I have the freedom of movement. There's nothing underneath my arms interfering with either my holster draw or just getting in the way. And overall, I just think that it's made me a much more efficient player because I only carry what I need, and the way that I set up my kits has changed drastically in the last 2 years because of it. Now, I want to go back to skill sets and talking about that. I think that Speedsoft, it makes you rely more on your weapon handling and your personal finite motor skills, let's say. So because Speedsoft is a little bit more fast-paced, it's more about peeking and things like that and really getting the drop on people, it makes you think more about how you react in those super high-stress situations. There can be a lot of Milsim games where, you're just lobbing shots at people, 100, 150 feet away, and I felt like I was kind of neglecting my skills in really close quarters environments and, my tactical reloads, how long I was taking, things like that. So I feel like by playing Speedsoft, it really made that a pressing issue that I need to work on as a player, because this might sound a little weird, I do care about my personal skill in Airsoft. I try to be the best player that I can be. So, it really made me think about how long am I taking to reload? How could I become faster? What should I be practicing with? And it made me a better offhand shooter. I think that offhand shooting is something that every Airsofter should be proficient in, and at least the fields that I have been going to that are more Speedsoft oriented, it's really important to shoot offhanded sometimes because you don't want to peek the same corner too many times because eventually you're just going to hit right in the head, and you're going to be the one walking back to the dead box. So I feel like it's made me a much better player, and as well, again, focusing on how do I reload faster, it made me rethink my kit. I started going with open top, again, like the Spiritus rig. So overall, I think that it's been really healthy for me as a Milsim player and made me, as a player, more effective. And as well, one final thing I want to talk about, it makes me enjoy Airsoft more. I mean, I'm sure that there is something out there that you guys enjoy that if you didn't get any sort of variety with it, you'd get sick of it eventually, whether it be Airsoft, video games, whatever it may be, whatever you guys do. If you do too much of the same thing, eventually you're going to get bored with it. And it's refreshing to me to go from, this big Milsim event at, like Camp Shelby, and then going to a really fast-paced, high-speed sort of game at, my local field, River City Airsoft. And I feel like it just makes me enjoy Airsoft as a whole more. It makes me think about, how could I be better? What can I do to my guns? What can I do to my gear? And that just makes me more excited to play Airsoft every weekend. So, yeah, guys, I know that this might have been I know that you might have seen the title of today's video and been like, what are you talking about? But I really do think that playing Speedsoft made me a better player overall and improved my performance in how I think and play during Milsim events. So if you're a Milsim player, try it out. The aesthetics of Speedsoft aren't my style. I'll be the first one to admit that. However, it's nice training if you want to call it that, and overall it's just fun every once in a while. But I want to know, what type of player are you? Are you more of a Speedsoft player, or are you more of a Milsim player? Make sure to let me know down in those comments below, and at the same time, would you be willing to try the other side? If you're a Speedsofter, would you be willing to go to a Milsim event? And if you're a Milsim player, would you be willing to try out Speedsoft? Make sure to let me know down in those comments below, guys. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for staying until the end. Make sure to check me out on social media. Links will be down in the description below, as well as where you can check out my Patreon. Even as little as $1 a month help keeps the channel running. It allows me to continue to be able to afford to create content for you guys. But this has been Lane from the BB Warrior, talking about how Speedsoft may be a better Milsim player, and I will see you all next time.